All right, we're back with Joseph Massey answering more questions from our students. So this student wants to know, what is your best advice for them going into this field?
Another great question. So, one thing that I did that was really, really helpful for me was I worked at every level of care.
Yeah.
And from the beginning, that was something that was really important to me. So I worked in outpatient, inpatient, I worked in detox, and I will tell you, I learned the most in detox and really working with the nurses and working with the doctors and learning about medications and kind of
Mm,
the effects that this, substances have on our body, the different, resources that we have available to help with detoxing. Also, a lot of crisis management. Kind of my job was to help people understand why it was important to stay and just kind of get them to commit to 24 more hours. And, tomorrow you'll feel different. So that's a very different experience than if you're working in an outpatient program where people are just, coming in a couple of hours each night. So working at every level of care, I think, is really important. I think taking advantage of continuing education, making sure that you're continually working on educating yourself is really important. There's so many great CEUs that are available out there, and I personally think we shouldn't just do them because they're required. There's so many good topics and so much good information that you can learn from CEUs, and it's a great way to, like I said, just continue to educate yourself and to learn as much as you can. And that's probably, one of the most important things to me is just making sure that you're educating yourself in a lot of different areas. Our scope is very specific, but you'll find when you're working with clients that other things come up that you need knowledge on, you
mhm,
know, being able to refer them out to, the appropriate person, the appropriate level of care.
mhm.
So educating yourself is something that's going to help with all of that.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you didn't learn anything else from the time you left school? Just what you
Right.
learned in school was all you got. Yeah, that's why I think it's important for us to join our professional association. And in the addiction profession, that would be like NADAC or TAP, in
Hmm.
addition to the continuing education that you get free with part of your membership. You get all the networking you need for all those referrals you need to make.
Right.
And heck, that'll even help with combating burnout, because you get
Yeah.
to go interact with people once in a while.
Yeah. And that's important too.
It is. Well, thank you so much for answering these questions today. I really appreciate you, all the work that you do, and all the answers that you've provided for us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.